Right, well, welcome to June's vlog, and it is literally the start of June, so it's the 2nd of June today, and I'm somewhere a little bit different. I say a little bit different, just somewhere I haven't really done much filming before. So I'm down at Foxearth Fisheries in sort of Suffolk Essex border, not far from Sudbury along Melford. Excuse the wildlife behind me. And it's not really somewhere I've done much filming before. When I first started doing my YouTube channel a few years ago, I did actually fish down here and done a couple of nights in the winter. And that is actually the only time I've ever fished overnight down here. Now what I have done over the probably past year or so, I say, I have done quite a few day sessions. And one thing that's really nice about this lake is that you can catch fish on day sessions. Day and night, you really can catch a fish at any time, and it's one thing that I really like about this place. It's not a big lake, it's only a couple of acres, but it does have fish to, I think Dennis is the biggest fish in the lake, 42 to 44 I believe. And there's a good head of fish in here, and they're absolutely beautiful fish. So we'll come down here. I've got 36 hours. Now I would normally be at the Suffolk water park. If you watch my videos you'll know that that is my main target water and where I spend most of my time, but had to make a last minute decision. Sadly the fish have started spawning. It is that time of year, so my trip there got cancelled, and with this not too far away and the fact that I have, like I say, done some day sessions down here, I thought what a perfect opportunity to come down here and actually do a couple of nights. So bit of a change of scenery for me, to be fair, but I'm pleased to be here, and it is an absolutely beautiful little lake. So that's the plan. 36 hours, sort of late afternoon now. Got it not that long ago, just quickly chucked the bivvy up and just been watching the water really. It's one thing about this lake that I really do like. The fish love to show themselves. They love to show themselves. Like I say, it's only about 2 acres. It's not very deep. I think it's average depth about 5-6 foot, but the fish love to show themselves. So if you're sort of patient, sit on your hands for a little bit, don't just chuck the rods out straight away, the fish will give away their positions. And I've already seen fish show on what will be 2 of my 3 spots, so they're clocked in my head. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the gear set up, I'm going to get some rods together, I'm going to get fishing, and while I do that I'll show you a few photos of some of the fish that I've had on my day sessions over the past year. I'll catch you in a bit. Right, well, I am absolutely wounded. Got the rod sorted, had some dinner, lo and behold, left-hand rod, fish tight to an island. So I'd seen a fish, nice mirror show, a couple of times then this afternoon, hence the reason why I put the rod on there. It's gone off, bottom smacked up to the rod, picked it up, plan it in, no problem at all. Got in the margin, went and made a run for it, sort of pinged off his fin, hook's pulled. Wounded. First fish I've lost in a very, very, very long time. Probably the first fish I've ever lost off a Kamikora hook as well, and that was still sharp when it came in. Didn't even blunt the hook, so don't know. I'll put it down to obviously wasn't that good of a hook hold in the first place, because usually with the Kamikora in a wide gape, because they curve in, they curve back out again. Normally you always dink the hook. Bream, tench, anything, they always dink the hook. So yeah, a little bit gutted with that one, but never mind, it happens. Clip the rod back up, pinged it back out, and we'll see what the night brings. But yeah, one of them really. Never mind, the trip's still early. Fingers crossed we'll get another chance for the night. Right, well, good morning. We've only gone and got one. Kind of makes up for the lost one yesterday-ish. Not as big as the one I lost yesterday, even though that one wasn't massive. Beautiful little mirror. I haven't weighed it. It's only probably about 15-16 pound, but very, very welcome. Come off the middle rod, this one. I really thought that left-hand rod that I lost the fish on last night was going to go off again, but absolutely nothing. Middle rod out in open water in between the 2 islands is the one that's gone off. So let's see if I can lift her up and show you what she looks like. Very lively. I've only just landed at first light about 4:30 in the morning. Beautiful morning. And a very, very lively fish. It's actually actually pulling out LT in the sling, so definitely on the bait. Right, let's lift her up, show what she looks like. There we go. Beautiful little fish. Like I say, not the biggest in the world, about 15, maybe 16 pound, but very, very welcome. Still got just over 24 hours left, so quite hopeful that there's going to be some more in store. But I'm going to slip this one back, get the kettle on, have a brew, and a bacon sandwich, I think. And I'll chat to you a bit more about what I'm doing, the bait I'm using, and how I've managed to get these, well, 2 takes, 1 fish landed. Happy days. Well, when your luck's in, your luck's in. Literally as I was slipping that fish back, letting out the retainer, the left hand rod's gone off. That was the same spot that I lost the fish from last night. Lo and behold, in the back of the net, good scrap from this one. Nice 22 pound 10 ounce common. Let's get her up, show what she looks like. Hopefully, the light's not the best, but it's a really nice, proper golden common. Hopefully, the light will be alright. So, got a few leeches on it. I don't know why it's got leeches on it for. Well past winter. Yeah, 22 pound and 10 ounce. Biggest one so far, obviously. Look at her. Long, lean, mean, fighting machine. Banging fish. Nice flurry of action. But I'm just going to keep it going really. All I'm doing, I'm fishing the LT test bait from Rod Hutchinson. We've just matched a hatch, 15mm pop-ups over the top. Just catapulting 2 pouches of boilies, so probably about 20 boilies over each rod every time I redo it. And fingers crossed we can keep these bites coming, but yeah, just keeping it really, really simple. One thing I have learned from fishing down here, don't tend to do very well over big beds of bait. I mean, that might be because I'm used to just doing day sessions, I don't know, but it's still been working for me so far, even though I'm nearly 24 hours in. So yeah, halfway through, and this is hopefully shaping up to be a very, very good session. Buzzing. Right, little update as we head into the second and final night of my 48-hour session down here at Foxearth. Nothing to report. Today's been very, very, very quiet on the fish front. Obviously I had those 2 fish this morning, all looked really good. Got to about 10 o'clock and all of a sudden the weather completely changed. 40 mile an hour southwesterly winds came in, then we had about 3 hours of non-stop rain. That stopped, the wind picked back up again, and yeah, it just killed it. There's no fish was showing, just really nothing to go on. So I made the most of the time I had on my hands and sat in the bivvy and finished editing my video from France back in May. Been a bit lazy with that one, I must admit, but that one's available now, so little plug there if you fancy a watch of that. All set now for the night. I left the rods out all day, brought them back in, refreshed them. All good as gold, no issues. So yeah, fresh hook baits, back out on the spots. I've changed it, my spots a little bit for tonight. I was fishing one rod, my middle rod out in open water, left hand rod on the point of one island, and my right hand rod was just on the sort of to the right hand side of the point of the small island. Well, I've seen nothing show, and I've obviously caught nothing off the right hand island, so I've moved that and I've sort of leapfrogged it over my left hand rod. So I've now got 2 on the big island, one literally right off the corner of the point, and then one probably about a rod length to the left of it, just as it starts to cut back a little bit. So that's the spot where I had the fish I lost and the nice common this morning from. So I put 2 rods on there, left what was the middle rod, now my right hand rod, out in open water, and about 15 minutes after baiting up and redoing that rod, a fish rolled right on top of it. So I'm confident for that one, really confident for that one. Haven't seen anything show over the left hand island, or the big island should I say, but I'm still confident. The fish have started showing again now that evening's come in. The winds have calmed down a little bit, so I'm hopeful that we can end this video or section of the video on another fish or two, but we'll wait and see what the night brings. But for now, I've done all I can do. I'm just going to carry on sitting here watching the water as late as I can. Don't intend to change anything, but if I see fish showing somewhere else and it's within my water, then absolutely I'm going to bring my rod in and change it. But for now, I'm all set. Fingers crossed, I will see you either during the night or first thing tomorrow morning. Well, good morning, and we've had a lovely little alarm call this morning. Not one, but two fish in the retainers. Not quite a double take. Thankfully I had one just got in the net. I was letting over the front of the swim, just unhooking it in the net when the other rod went off. So first fish came off the open water spot again. Another 20 pounder. Well, it looks a 20 pounder. I haven't weighed it yet, obviously, so we'll get out and give it away and photograph it and stuff shortly. And then the one off the tip of the island's gone off. The second one, only a little one, that one, little bubby, probably only about 12-13 pound, but more than happy with that. It's got me up nice and early. What's the time now? It's only 5:10 now, so yeah, both of those fish came sort of between 4:30 and 4:45, so well, probably a bit later than that actually. I don't know, I didn't look at the time, but anyway, they're both now safely in the retainers. Just gonna quickly got the tripod out. I'm just gonna put the camera on it now, get it all set up, photograph them, film them. Let's get them out and see what they look like. Happy days. Right, well, here we are then, the first of the two this morning. It's only 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I can't believe it. Two fish. This is the bigger one of the two, 21 pound and 2 ounce. So not the biggest I've had so far, but not a small one neither. Beautiful mirror. And let's see if I can get her to behave so I can show her to you. She ain't very happy at the minute. There she is. Oh. 21 pound and 2 ounces. Lovely fish. She's lively, so I'm not going to keep her out any longer. I'm going to slip her back. But wow, great session so far. Got about 5-6 hours left. I've got a little bubby in the other sling to get out now and show you as well. Right, and this is the second of the two from this morning. Only a little bubba, this one. I haven't bothered buying. It's probably only about 12 pound. It's probably, I'd imagine, it's a fish that's probably been moved from one of the stock ponds, stroke match lakes over the back here into the big lake. But yeah, only a little scamp. Probably about 12 pound, I reckon, maybe. But there you go. Very much more than welcome. All adds to the tally and keeps the fun alive. But there we go. 2 fish this morning, so 4 fish landed, 1 lost for the session so far. Got about 5 hours left. I've got to be off by about sort of 11 o'clock this morning. Work calls, unfortunately, but I'm more than made up with what I've done so far. So fingers crossed I might get lucky and get another one. I'd love to get one of the 30s out of here, to be fair, I really would, but we'll see. Can't be too greedy. It's been a good session. Slip this one back. I'm going to get the kettle on and hopefully wait for another one to come along. Well, would you believe it? I've only got all the gears on the barra, literally 2 rods left out. Well, did have 3 rods left out. Put my alarms away, left the rods on the deck, picked up my right hand rod, tightened up the drag. As I lifted it to start reeling in, the left hand rods all of a sudden started ticking away on the floor, and lo and behold, in the net we've got a beautiful scaly mirror. It doesn't look huge, but one absolute bonus fish while I was packing away. I nearly went 25 minutes ago, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to have one last cup of tea, so it looks quite good for it. And I'm glad I did, because I now got another fish. So now I've got to get half that stuff off the barra, get the unhooker mat now back out, and yeah, get the tripod up and show you what it looks like. Happy days. Right, well, how about this to end it on? Can't believe it. Literally just goes to show, always leave your rods till last. I had everything packed away, everything on the bivvy, picked up my right hand rod, started to reel it in, and all of a sudden the left hand rod starts clicking away, and we've got this beautiful little mirror. When I say little, probably around about £20. Look at that. Look at the scales on that. Absolutely beautiful. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to slip this one back, chuck everything back in the barrow, and I'm going to head for home. And I will see you next week back down at the Suffolk Water Park for another 36 hours. Happy days. Right, well, here we are again then, back at sort of more familiar territory, back at the water park. Got 36 hours ahead of me. Got here sort of late afternoon today. Turned up as always, went to the shop, had a check in with the lads there, asked a few questions, see what was, see what's been out, see what the lake's been fishing like, see how many people are on, etc, etc. Disappointingly for me, they did say that there hasn't been a lot out at all. The lake's been very, very quiet. To be fair, it's only been reopened again for, I think it's about a week now. What are we today? We're Wednesday today. So yeah, I think it was last Thursday they reopened the lake after the second closure for spawning. The fish have spawned twice here. Well, 2 different phases, shall we say. Yeah, anyway, so it's been back open for about a week now. And there hasn't really been a lot of fish out. It's been the odd fish here and there, but nothing to really write home about. So not the best of news, but is what it is. It's, you just got to work with what you got. So I was booked in ? Down in the shallow bay. So as always, I'll always go and have a look around the lake first, see what other swims are available should I change my mind. Went and had a walk round. I think there's 11 of us on for the next couple of days while I'm here, and other than somebody in peg 12, everybody was in the shallow bay. Every single person was down there. It was just lines everywhere, so I wasn't feeling it from the start. Walked into the swim, stood there for about probably half hour, 45 minutes. Didn't see a lot. It's very calm, flat calm down there, and there's a lot of like rubbish, debris all on the surface, because that's the only sort of calm bit of water, to be fair. It's 30 mile an hour easterly winds, and it's going to be like that for the next 2 nights. So yeah, the main bowl of the lake up the sort of corner has got a nice bit of chop on it and a bit of wind, but that shallow bay is flat calm, and like I say, there's just sort of scum and everything all over the surface. I didn't see a lot. Like I say, I know nothing's been out from down there for the last couple of days, but that's basically where everyone was piled up, so I wasn't feeling it from the start. So got on my toes, had a little walk around, see if I could see anything, see how I felt. And in the end, I've actually settled in peg 35, right up in the corner near the shop. Reason being, like what I said earlier, there's so many lines down in that shallow bay. Yes, it's warm. Yes, you would expect the fish to be there. There'll be, some of you watching this thing and it's gone in 35 for us in the middle of June. It's 22 degrees during the day, but I simply wasn't feeling it, and I didn't want to be bunched in around people everywhere. So I've come up here, I'm well out of the way of everyone. There's nobody in pegs, well, was 35, 34, 33, 31 or 30. So there's a lot of water here in front of me where there was literally nobody. Nobody's on the peg 13, sort of opposite me on the point neither. So I've got loads of open water in front of me to work with. It's a little bit uncomfortable in the sense of those 30 mile an hour winds, they are banging my face, so it's a little bit uncomfortable, hence the reason why I'm filming this sort of sat in the doorway of the bivvy, just trying to block the wind so you can hear me clearly. But I am confident, I am happy. I've fished this swim many times before. I've fished here quite a few times back in April, and had some good hits out of it, and they were very similar conditions. Strong winds in my face made casting range difficult, but I'm happy. I've seen a few fish show, as always. If you look hard enough, you'll always see a few fish show up in 007 right in the far corner. That is flat calm as well, but there's no scum on the surface, but I can't get anywhere near there anyway. So yeah, quickly set everything up, got the bear lead out, had a little cast around to try and find some areas. They have had the weed boat here on Sunday and Monday. They had the weed boat out, and the weed boat's cleared. Hello, little bleep there, it's a good sign. They have cleared pegs 35 all the way down the shallow bay, just to alleviate some of the weed, which I'm assuming must have got up a bit. I haven't been here for about a month, so it wasn't that bad last time I was down here at the end of April. Anyway, didn't take me too long, had a good lead around. Yeah, there is still a fair bit of weed about, but finding some really good clear hard areas was actually quite easy. So yeah, I clipped up, not fishing massive range, 26 wraps, just all rods, all on one spot. If I see anything showing anywhere else, then you know, obviously I'll be quickly moving a rod or two maybe on them. But for now, for this first night especially, all 3 rods gone on one spot, all went out lovely. I've gone with 2 just match the hatch pop-ups, LT pop-ups from Rod Hutchinson, just matching the LT bottom baits that I'm feeding. We're doing really well on that recently. My last session at Foxearth done well on that, and France before that as well. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. Simple as that, really. So that's what I've gone with, and 1 on my old faithful white Mega Juice pop-up. This time of year, I tend to really favour match the hatch or sort of duller hook baits as opposed to bright ones, but I can't not put a Mega Juice out, not on this lake anyway, that's for sure, because it's done me so well in the past. So that's what I'm going with for tonight. Might change it tomorrow for the last 24 hours, we'll see. I haven't gone too heavy with the bait because not much has been coming out, and the lake has been, I wouldn't say busy, but there's been a fair few people on since it reopened last week. So you know, the lake's been seeing a bit of bait. So I've gone in quite lightly. I've only put a kilo out over, spread quite loosely over my area where I've got all 3 rods, and that is the plan for tonight. So for now, I'm just going to sit back, chill out, relax, put some dinner on, keep watching the water, see what the night brings, and fingers crossed, next time you see me, I'll be with a fish in my hands. Right, well, good morning. Nothing to report from last night. Did get 2 bream between 3 and 4 o'clock this morning, but other than that, all quiet. To be fair, I didn't really hear or see anything neither. I did see a few fish when I first got here and was setting up and stuff, but once it got dark, I was expecting to hear a few crash and stuff, but didn't hear nothing. Sun's up now. It's a bit of a pain to film in, so apologies for that. So I don't quite know what to do today. I'm now sort of questioning whether my gamble to come up here away from everybody else has paid off or not, but the wind's swung round a bit now and it's actually blowing completely into this corner rather than sort of directly in my face. It's blowing completely into the corner. By the looks of things, this is the only part of the lake that's got a bit of ripple of it, which, to be fair, personally, this time of year when it's warm, I'd rather be on the wind than what would be on the back of it. So I don't know, I'm in sort of 2 minds as to what to do. I'm going to see it out till about 10 o'clock this morning. I'm going to reel the rods in, I'm going to go for a little walk, see what's occurring, see if anybody down in the shallows or anything had anything last night, and make a decision whether I'm going to stay in here and sit out for the second night or whether I'm going to make a move. But I'm open-minded, so I haven't made a decision just yet. But yeah, a lot will depend on what's happened really throughout the night. But don't know. Hang on, as I've seen that, a fish is just topped over at the back of 007. Yeah, I don't mind if I do stay here. I have found before in the past that when I've done 2 nights, the first night is often quiet, the second night you tend to, you know, you can be a little bit better. Got to bear in mind as well, like I said yesterday, nobody's fished this swim for a week, and it was closed for a week before that for spawning. So this area of the lake's seen no bait whatsoever for 2 weeks. So it might just be a case of sitting on my hands and just, you know, waiting for the fish to find my bait. Although I did have those 2 bream last night, as rubbish as it is, it's actually not a bad indicator that at least something's feeding on the spot. So at least they'll be grubbing around, churning the bottom up, which might bring a few carp in. I've had it several times where I've caught multiple bream in the same night, and then the carp have followed him in a few hours later. So don't know yet. I'm open-minded, gonna sit out for a couple more hours, reel in, go and have a look, and then make a decision as what I'm gonna do for the second night. Right, well, we're now coming into the second and what will be the final night of this little trip. I've decided to stay put. I reeled the rods in sort of just before lunchtime today. Went and had a good walk around the shallows, chatted to the lads down there and stuff, and just stood in a few empty swims just to have a little, you know, butcher, see what if I could see anything. But to be fair, there was 1 fish out from there last night, so 1 fish between 9 anglers weren't enough for me to think, yeah, I'll be in amongst all that traffic really. So I had a look down the back arm as well. It was really flat calm over there, so I actually took the floater rod with me and my mixers. Always keep them in the car this time of year, but no, I couldn't get anything to take anything there. Did see 2 or 3 cruising around, but nothing that would show any interest anyway. So yeah, kept the rods out for a while. It's completely different conditions now, if you can see over my shoulder. Yesterday 35 mph winds pushing into my face, same as this morning. Now absolutely flat calm behind me, the wind's completely swung round, and I am literally on the back of the wind now. It's probably only about 10 mph anyway. There's only a slight ripple now sort of pushing down both arms, so it's moving more southerly today, but it's nice to get the rods out nice and easy, that's for sure. All I've done, put them both, all three of them should I say, back out on the same spot, put another kilo over the top of them. You know, I'm not convinced there'd be that much bait left out from last night, and to be fair, I only put a kilo out yesterday, so let's be honest, you get 1 or 2 big carp feeding on that, ain't gonna last very long. So yeah, put another kilo out, not too much. Obviously now I'm at the point where I'm just trying to nick a bite or two if I can and be done. What I have done is I've switched all rods onto the Mega Juice pop-ups. The bream last night came off the Match the Hatch LT pop-up, so just really more for my own sake, my own mental state more than anything else. I've switched over to the white Mega Juice to see if I can avoid them. So, but what will be will be. So yeah, conditions look really good, nice, calm. I've seen a few bubbles coming up around the area, not too sure what it was, I'm not convinced yet that there was fish, so haven't seen anything show. It's been very quiet on that front really since I've been back in the swim. I didn't get back to the swim until about 5 o'clock, to be fair. I reeled it in and left them for a good sort of 5 hours, and I was walking around and chatting to the lads in the shop and whatever as well. I had some lunch and all that jazz. So yeah, the rods are out, bit of bait over the top. I'm just going to sit back now, chill in the chair, put a kettle on, watch the water for a few more hours till it gets dark, get my head down and fingers crossed get a fish or two during the night. Right, well, good morning. Apologies for that sun, it's absolutely horrendous in this swim first thing in the morning, you can't get away from it. Obviously nothing to report from last night, not a single bleep, not a liner, not even a bream. So yeah, bit of a washout this session, but there you go, it's the way fishing goes, isn't it? I've no idea if anybody else has caught. I haven't spoken to anyone. It's only 6 o'clock in the morning now, but yeah, signs aren't looking good. So maybe in hindsight I should have stayed down the shallows and question mark and fished down there instead, but you don't know, do you? You know, we all make decisions on the day and whatever. Sometimes they're the right ones, sometimes they're the wrong ones. Don't know, we'll never know, unfortunately. But that's it for now. Back down again next week, just a quick 24-hour session. I'm not going to be here, I'm going to be back at Foxearth again, purely because I've got a bit of work to do out that way. It makes sense to be there, because if I wasn't, then I wouldn't have a chance to go fishing. So yeah, 24 hours there, and then I've got 36 hours for in the last week of June. I'll be back down here again for that one at the water park, and then that'll be me done for the month. So quite fortunate really, I managed to get out every single week in June. Well, I plan to, work dependent and life, whatever, but doesn't look like much is going to happen now, so I'm going to slow pack up and I'll probably go about 9 o'clock, I reckon, because I don't see any point in hanging around later than that. So yeah, that's it for now, and I'll see you next week on the bank back down at Foxearth. Well, good morning, welcome back to Foxearth. Got down here first thing this morning, got down here early as I could. 8 o'clock in the morning is when my ticket started. Got 24 hours ahead of me. I think it's going to be quite tough, to be fair. It is absolutely roasting hot. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning now and it's already 20 degrees. So I think it might be a bit of a struggle. There has been fish coming out though. I know something was down here yesterday and it was 27 degrees in the afternoon yesterday, and he managed to have one middle of the day. So they do still feed in the warm weather down here, which is one of the nice things about it. Yeah, got down here first thing, didn't mess about, literally got the rods out straight away because I got down here and the fish were just showing everywhere. So had 3 solid bags already tied up that I'd pre-made at home, so literally put them on, took them out, dropped them on 3 like looking areas. To be fair, there were 3 areas where I've caught from before, but also 3 spots where the fish were showing this morning. The sun's coming back out again now. It's probably going to make this absolutely a nightmare to watch, but sorry about that. So yeah, so that's all I'm going to do for a little while. I'm going to leave them out till midday, just on those solid bags, seeing if anything happens. And I'll probably redo them again for the afternoon. Probably still stick with the solid bags, just try and nick a bite really more than anything else, and then when we get to early evening I'll redo them for a final time for the night, and I'll switch them back onto sort of just conventional lead clips and a scattering of boilies around each rod really, which is the tactic that done me well last time I was here. So yeah, got a mate with me as well, so a little bit of a social. He's a couple of swims down, we've spread ourselves out. There's only 3 of us on, which is quite nice, and we're all spread out, so that always kind of works in your favour a little bit on small lakes like this. If you're all piled up together, the fish just moves to the opposite corner. So Yeah, two of us here, so fingers crossed over the next 24 hours between the two of us we can get a fish or two to show you. I'm still confident, weather's not great, air pressure's high, but this is a good lake for a daytime bite, so fingers crossed we can still get amongst a few. Right, well, we're coming into dark now. It's nearly 10 o'clock at night. To be honest, I've done no filming all day. There's nothing happened whatsoever. It's been so hot. It's been up to 28 degrees, I think, most of the day. And it's just been too much, to be honest. I couldn't even bear to get the camera out and try and film anything. I've literally just spent the whole day trying to hide in the shade, to be honest, just to find some tree cover. It's been really hot, so obviously didn't expect to catch anything in those sort of conditions. There's quite high air pressure as well, but the fish have still been showing. They've been showing throughout the day. A few fish cruising around, obviously basking themselves in the sun, but not much in feeding activity, in full fairness. No bubbles or anything like that coming up, but as the light's now starting to fade, they're now starting to show again, so fingers crossed. Redone the rods probably about 7 o'clock, so about 3 hours ago now. Done them nice and early in preparation for dusk. Fingers crossed now we might start getting a good chance of picking a fish or two up, so I'm quite confident. Got my rods on the exact same spots as to where I fished last week. I'm in the same swim where I caught from on every single rod, albeit over 48 hours that time was, but I'm confident. There's enough fish activity to make me think there is definitely some fish in this area, so yeah, gonna get my head down now, try and get a bit of sleep because I'm absolutely shattered. This sun's really taken out of me, so I'm gonna go to bed. Fingers crossed I will see you during the night with fish. Right, well, good morning. Sadly, nothing to report from last night. Really disappointing. I went to bed last night really confident. I thought, there might be a good chance of one or two during the night, and then, maybe again first thing this morning. Sort of see if history repeats itself from last time. But sadly, that's not been the case. It's now 7:30, so we've got to be off in half an hour. So just packing everything away. But to be fair, there's been a few fish showing this morning. It's gone quiet the past sort of 20 minutes, half an hour. So I think my chance of a bite are gone, but got wiped out twice last night by what I can only imagine is probably a fish trailing line. Bottom pulled up. As I pulled into it, just nothing but air. So I can only assume that, and then that happened again on the next rod to the right of it a little while later. So that's the only thing I can assume it is, but don't know for definite. So anyway, unfortunately, nothing from this session, but got 36 hours ahead of me next week, so I'm going to be back down at the Suffolk Water Park for that one, and we can, fingers crossed, see if we can finish this month's vlog on a bit of a high, because it started well, but it's taken a little bit of a dip. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you next week. Right, well, here we are again then. Slight change of plan. As with all great plans, they change due to work commitments and other bits going on. I'm not actually back down at the water park, which was my original plan, so I'm back down at Foxearth. It was just easy for me to be here with the time restraints that I've got, as opposed to the water park, unfortunately. So anyway, still making the most of the opportunity. I've still just managed to get 2 nights in. It's late evening now, it's about 8:30 I think. I've just quickly chucked the rods out, got them out on some spots, and that's kind of going to be me for the night really. Just kept it really simple. I've changed it a little bit from when I was here last time. Obviously 2 trips ago I had that really good session. I had 5. Last session done 24 hours and didn't catch anything, so I've changed it up a little bit. I'm still sticking with 1 rod on good old-fashioned Ronnie rig with one of the LT pop-ups on. The other 2 rods I've changed slightly. I've put one on a match the hatch LT wafter on a IQ D rig, and the other one I'm fishing, should I say, one of my favourite presentations, which is a snowman. Not something I've done very much down here, to be honest. It's a tactic that I've used a lot at the water park over the years, especially in the warmer months, that's done me really well. So put one of them out as well. All match the hatch, even the snowman. It's a 18mm hardened hook bait, bottom bait with a trimmed down 15mm match the hatch pop up over the top, just to counterbalance, and it sits just lovely in the water. So that's the plan. All 3 rods gone out, 3 different spots. I haven't committed too much bait. Something I found from fishing down here before is that I've done better just fishing 1 bite at a time rather than trying to put a big bed out. So we'll wait and see. I might change it tomorrow night depending on what happens tonight. But for now, all the rods have gone out. Nice and simple, 3 separate spots. Haven't seen a great deal show, but like I say, it is now 8:30, so I've kind of turned up really on what I would expect to be the sort of start of bite time on this lake, to be fair. So, but still got a couple of hours light left, so might be a chance of an early bite, but if not, fingers crossed it'll be either during the night or first thing tomorrow morning. So for now, I'm gonna get the kettle on, I'm gonna get the cooker on, I'm gonna have myself some dinner, and I'm gonna sit back, watch the water, and try and find the energy to put the house up. So that's it for me. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Right, well, how about that to start the day? Believe it or not, I've actually just had a double take. This is the first one, come off the left hand rod on the 15mm LT wafter. Run me ragged, hell of a fight. 24 £and 4 ounce. Look at that beautiful fish in this morning light. It's only 4:15. Literally come out, started playing this one, got about halfway in, and the middle rod then screamed off a 1-toner as well. So tightened up the clutch, carried on playing this one, and then dealt with the second, and luckily got them both in. But yeah, 24 £and 4 ounce. And I think the other ones are 20 as well. So what a morning so far. Brilliant. Slip this one back, I'll show you the next one. Right, there's the second one from this morning's brace. Not quite as big as I thought. 19 £and 8 ounce. This one off the middle rod, which was on the LT pop-up, so might have to change the right hand rod today, take that snowman off unless it does anything in the next few hours until bite time's finished. And then I'll change that one over to one of the other 2 presentations. But for now, I'm gonna sit on my hands and get those 2 rods back out and see if Lady Luck will shine a bit more fortune on us, and see if we can get another 1 or 2 this morning. But the colours of these 2 fish is absolutely beautiful, considering we're now last week of June. Absolutely beautiful. Look at them. Sorry, bit of rubbish on the fish there. Yeah, made up. Right, get the rods out, get the kettle on, and see if we can get amongst some more. Happy days. Right, well, little evening update. I haven't done any update during the day because there's been nothing to report, to be perfectly honest. It's been absolutely sweltering hot, up to nearly 30 degrees again, so the fish has just been not interested at all, to be honest with you. Seen quite a few cruising around just under the surface. I did try putting a few zigs out, but the fish were just cruising around everywhere. They weren't just sort of milling in one spot, so it was more opportunist than anything else, but obviously nothing on that front. So just redone the rods. It's what, 8:30 now, so I'm hoping that now the temperature's dropping, it's potentially going to be more nighttime action like I did last night. Stuck to my guns a little bit. Obviously I've left the middle rod and the left exactly where they were on the same rigs, hook baits, all that jazz. Obviously they both done a fish last night, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. Right hand rod, I've left that on the wafter that I changed it over to this morning. Put that back out for the night on the same spot, and we'll see what happens. It's a really hard, clean spot, so I think maybe a wafter might be the better approach rather than the pop-up. The snowman that I had out. Like I said, I've never caught from this lake on a bottom bait anyway, so I was kind of having a little punt really, just in case it might maybe pick out a bigger fish. But at this point I'd rather just catch as many fish as I can, to be perfectly honest, and if a big one turns up, happy days. If not, fish is a fish. At the end of the day, I come fishing just try and catch as many fish as I can. If the big ones turn up, they turn up. I just enjoy being here. So yeah, that's it really, nothing more to report. I'm just going to kick back, relax, see the rest of the light through, and fingers crossed I'll be dragged from my pit again. Well, hopefully a little bit earlier, to be fair, and get one during the night rather than wait until first thing tomorrow morning. But I'm not complaining. If history repeats itself and I get another couple, I'll be absolutely over the moon. So fingers crossed for that, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Right, well, good morning. Sadly, nothing to report from last night. Really quiet night. Not a single bleep, not a liner, nothing. Really disappointing actually, if I'm honest. Obviously I had 2 the night before, so I kind of expected to get at least a fish. It looked really good for it as well. The temperature really dropped, the wind dropped off, air pressure wasn't too bad, but nothing whatsoever. I've had a chat to the other people around the lake this morning. There's 4 of us on that done last night. Not a single fish was caught. So yeah, I don't know whether to shut up shop a little bit or what, I don't know. But again, it's been quiet again this morning. I've been up since first light as usual, and it's in 2 or 3 fish show, which for here is barely anything really. They're pretty good here at showing, but I mean the wind's hacking now down towards my corner and peg 12, so it's actually looking quite good for it for the day. But I think it's going to get back up to about 28 degrees, so I'm quite glad I'm not going to be here. But yeah, that's about it really. Nothing more to say about it. A little bit disappointed with the way this has ended, to be fair. Thought might be in for another one, but there you go. Still got about an hour left. I'm just going to have a slow pack up now, get everything away, so you never know. You may see me again, you may not. So, but if I don't get another fish, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you next month. Don't know where, wait and see as it comes, I suppose. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.